Anthony Lee, A-Lee Real Estate here. I just want to share one of the questions people always ask me. How do I get started? How do I get that first property? I talked to a good friend. We did an IG live. His name is Alec. And I really agree with his concept of just get approved for a loan. So a lot of people are trying to use hard money, or they're trying to figure out how I can buy this property, have an ARV of 100,000+ in equity, refinance it, and run off in the sunset and just be a real estate mogul. So that is not always the case. I would say that is few and far in between. However, for those of you who are looking to get on base, get that single, get that double, get the cash flow, I think you really should focus on what is the easiest funding for me to become a homeowner or an investor. As a first-time home buyer, you have the option to use the FHA loan, 3.5% down, roughly 640, 660 credit score. Just imagine if you took that loan, bought a duplex, live in one unit, rent the other out, or live in one unit for a year and then rent both units out. So then your cash flow expands. But for those of you who already have a house, you're comfortable. Now the question is, how else can I get a loan or get financing? Talk to your community banks, your credit unions, or even a brokerage, mortgage brokerage that has other options outside of FHA where you can do maybe 10% down, 20% down. And the thing is, you're not looking at properties that need major rehab. Again, your goal is to get into this property with little exposure as possible. And with little exposure, you would look for things like, hey, I want a property that was recently lived in. I don't want it to have been vacant for 2-3 years. I don't want it to need a whole new electrical or heating system. Maybe you have to do a roof. Maybe you have to just change the box. But if you go in there, paint, change some carpets, and redo a kitchen, boom, you go from an $800 rental to a $1,200 rental. And I'm just ballparking figures. But the other part to that is, hey, how much should I be making per property or each door? So if it's a single family property, some people say, hey, I want to make $200 off of each door. So at the end of the day, if I get 5 houses, I'll be making $1,000 a month. That's good, but just keep in mind maintenance and issues. $200, in my opinion, isn't necessarily enough. However, if you can move it up to say $350, $450, now you're rolling. You just increase your situation, and at 5 houses, now you got $2,000 a month instead of $1,000 a month, and you got room for issues whether a tenant doesn't pay or even issues for limited cash flow. Though that $400 a month is a good cushion per door. So again, figure out what your goal is and what it is that you want to make off of each property, and find a lender that'll work with you based off your situation. One lender might tell you no, but another lender might tell you yes. But the thing is, you got to get out there, put yourself in position. And when I say put yourself in position, go into the banks and tell them what it is you want, and then figure out if they can help you. Listen, they got to give out their money. You want to put the money to use. So don't go in there thinking, oh, I'm not bankable, I'm not this, I'm not that. No, you don't know what you are until you do it and give it a try. With that said, look, I look forward to helping you guys. I want to see you guys win. 2020 is still opportunity. So get off the sidelines and make it happen.